Hello and welcome to We Got a podcast about Dragon Ball from A to Z, from Earth to Namek to Sadala. We cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Hiya Doug.
And I watched Garlic Jr. and these guys had no names. Ken.
That's perfect. Thank you. We are the world's strongest under the heavens trio de dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goofs, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. We're getting back. It's more Garlic Jr. But before we do that, I have to ask Doug, what's up, man?
I've been great. I played a little more Clair Obscur 33, Expedition 33, because now we got JP in on the game, and so like I don't want to get bulldozed by someone else starting the game from fresh. So I'm playing a little more. And I think like my joke during Mario Kart night kind of like fell flat on everyone. I don't know if it was that or if that just bringing up Clair Obscur, nobody wanted to talk spoilers at all, so everyone just kept quiet. But I made the joke of like, oh, I'm near the end, guys, and it's like obviously I mentioned where I'm at. It's obviously not anywhere near the end, but everyone's like, okay, Doug, sure you are.
It was a great joke, Doug, but there was a hesitation in the air to address it.
Everyone felt that. Yeah, everyone's like, let's not say anything.
It was a good joke. You just misread the room. We're all like, nobody say anything.
Everyone's like, hold. But yeah, it was interesting because I'm basically on Act 3 now. I can say that, right? I'm on Act 3, and I don't really know where to go from there because the initial opening thing is like, it doesn't tell you where to go. It's just like, here you go, explore. But I didn't know I had to go back into camp and then talk to my party members, and then they'll tell me more stuff that I need to know. But yeah, so I'm excited to continue that. I also in real life went to my actual kitchen, decided to cook something for a change. I've never cooked before. I am half Peruvian from Peru, and I made this special dish that I learned from my dad like 10 years ago called ceviche. It's like raw seafood, like mixed in with like lime juice and everything. It's a really good delicacy. I just recorded my dad on a camcorder 10 years ago, like how he cooked it, and then looked at it again today and like, yeah, let me try to make that. And you know what? Not half bad. So I'm going to try and craft that, make it more, master that dish, but I'm really happy to make something and actually taste good, But yeah, and then in the world of SH Figure Arts, I'm currently working on my display over here, and it's coming together pretty nicely, guys. Look at that. I got some acrylic shelves so I can put like rows behind rows.
I feel like I walked into an import store.
This looks like, yeah, you just see the little stickers with the prices on them, but yeah. Oh man, I'm so excited that they're looking pretty well. They're looking pretty nice. But yeah, that's me.
That's exciting. That's good. I love that. And I'm glad that your food turned out. You didn't die, I think.
I didn't, yeah. No, even my sister came over because we both love my dad's ceviche, and because he lives in Florida now, so we don't get to eat it as often as we used to. And she was like, Doug, I'm not lying to you. This is like perfect. I'm like, that's all I needed to hear. I'm open to the criticism of like, hey, tell me what I need to add or whatever. But she's like, she can't tell the difference. So I'm like, all right, that's a good start.
Nice. Sweet. Ken, you better have something good, like ceviche level good.
Ceviche level? No, there's no way. That's not going to happen. Maybe Barber of Seville, the Bunny of Seville or whatever. That's a great cartoon. But while I'm in between video games again, I'm thinking like, what do I want to be playing? Because, the last one I played was Expedition 33. And now I'm waiting for, by the time this comes out, of course, I will probably already be pretty deep into Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Which is
you're playing that?
I'm going to, well, by the time people are listening to this, yes, Doug, I am playing it right now. And it's already been picking up some attention because there was like this really negative review. And then the guy starts it off being like, I don't understand why people like Dynasty Warriors. Anyway, here's my review. And it's like, okay, but like, why are you playing this
bad
one?
Faith.
Yeah, bad faith
audience.
review. So I'm not even going to say who did it. Ignore that one. So I'm waiting for that game to come out. In the meantime, I've been playing a game called The Farmer Was Replaced, which is, if you know, like idling games or cookie clicker type games, it is like that, except you have to program code to have everything happen. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but in high school, I was a competitive programmer before I, changed my life. I
changed your life.
Yeah, some people might know me as an artist, and that's what I'm trained in and everything, but there was a period of time where I was almost going to go the programming route with my life, and didn't happen.
A competitor.
For the best. Anyways, that was what I was before. And so it's been nice to flex that muscle in this game, because you got to write code. And I knew Java in high school, and this is all Python based, so I'm learning a new language as I'm going, and it's kind of a frustrating language, and the way that it's all laid out kind of annoys me, but That's a lot of fun. And then they just added Luigi's Mansion to the Switch emulator on the Switch 2 from the GameCube. Hey, I don't know about that game. That's it's really slow paced, and I get it. Like, you walk into each room, and each room is a puzzle, and you basically have to figure out how to do each room. But I'm already in a room where I'm like, dude, I need the player's guide. I can't figure out how to get this baby. So I might not be finishing that one, but yeah. Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, if I think back to it, I'll put a little review on the screen. If that didn't happen, it's because I forgot, but I assume I like it. Randy,
right, yeah.
What have you been doing?
I forgot that game was coming out so soon because I enjoyed Age of Calamity, other than a very specific story component, but it seems to be that's alleviated in this one. I don't want to ruin Age of Calamity for nobody.
That game's cool, though.
But it is good. There was just one thing I'm like, oh, you ruined it. Well, I don't care about the story anymore. Oh, well. But this one seems like it's going to be cool, and I'll be excited to get to it. I'm probably not getting it day one. I might not even play it this year because I've been kind of really into Pokemon Legends Z to A. Oh. And it's fun. I like it. I wouldn't say that it is masterfully crafted or beautiful to look at or anything like that. But you know what? It scratches some itches in my brain, and it always makes me feel like I'm making progress. It's got, a bunch of things to do. Oh, Doug has his hand up.
Did it give you the same feeling as like the Legend Arceus did? Like, it's like, obviously not well polished, but still like a new experience that's with Pokemon.
Yeah. I like the real-time combat to it and just sort of running around, and there's always something to collect or side quest to do, or just like doing the main thing, or hunting down specific Pokemon, because you've got, these small little wild areas, and they're always like, here's like the 8 Pokemon that are here. And I'm always just trying to, anytime a new one opens up, I'm like, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to 100% this, and then I'm out. But it's good.
I still wish these games were like $40 though. Like, that would be a more reasonable price for that kind of game.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But unfortunately, we don't live in that world no more. So you got to cough up the big bucks. But I like it. It's good times. And, we'll see if I finish it. I never finished Legends Arceus. I think I got close. And I would really like it if they would do a Switch 2 patch to just like make it feel a little smoother. That'd be great. Game Freak and Nintendo. And while you're at it, also do that new Pokemon Snap, because I never got around to playing that, and that'd be nice to also have. But who knows how far deep into the back catalog of things they're willing to do this sort of stuff for.
I'm feeling kind of blessed. Nintendo has like 4 big hitters coming out this holiday season, and I only care about half of them. So it's like, otherwise I'd be like drowning in Nintendo games right now, which is a good thing for a new console. People have options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Took a few months, but yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Metroid Prime 4 shapes up. I'm sure it's going to be good, just like all the others were, even though I didn't play 2 or 3.
Hey, this is
Ken's got something.
Dragon Ball related, but I did get the Metroid Prime art book in. It is super sexy.
Slick.
Yeah.
For the franchise or just the first game?
First 3.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
So no what is it? Hunters on here, no pinball, just 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. That is good looking though. I like that.
Like it a lot.
The other thing that I did, if I had to think about it, I finally watched, I think it's my last Satoshi Kon film that I had not seen yet, which was Millennium Actress. And guys, it's pretty good. If you don't know what it is these 2 guys who work at a movie studio that this one prolific actress used to work at are doing sort of like a follow-up documentary of like where, what has her career been? But she's like, over 70, she's retired, she's a recluse. And we're going to go and talk to her. And she just kind of recounts her life story using her movies as like aesthetics for the flashbacks. So there's a whole point where she's like the princess in some feudal Japan castle. So then we're kind of like there and like dealing with whatever thing she was dealing with at the time while like people are attacking and like starting the castle on fire and things. And it's basically like this woman Christmas carols 2 dudes because like they're kind of sucked into these things, and like they're on a train and they're attacked by bandits and there's, they're getting shot at. It's good and it's fun and, heartwarming, of course. It's good stuff, early 2000s. Really good.
That
have you guys ever seen any
charm?
Yeah. You guys ever seen any Satoshi Kon films? Talking like Paprika or Tokyo Godfathers?
So I've seen Paprika, and I have seen Paranoia Agent, which was his series.
Gotcha.
The only series he did, right?
I think so, yeah.
I've heard of Paranoid Agent, and I think I've heard of Paprika, but I've never seen either.
How about there's that anthology film Memories, and I believe Satoshi Kon did the first short in there called Magnetic Rose, which is also
These are all anime as well?
Yeah.
Not live action?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was picturing the one you were talking about as a live action. Like, that's got to be trippy. But yeah.
See, I was watching it, and I don't think that stuff needs to be translated to live action to make it a legitimate art form or like a legitimate story. But part of me was like, oh man, the Daniels who made Everything Everywhere All at Once would make this incredible.
Wow, that'd be a good style. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. So Ken, you've never seen Tokyo Godfathers? Oh, boy. You've got a Christmas movie to watch now, my friend. That is probably my favorite. It is incredible.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Yes. It takes place during Christmas. It is 3 homeless people who find a discarded baby girl and decide they have to find the parents.
That rings a bell.
Go on a fun adventure. It's like an old man, a middle-aged trans woman, and a runaway teenage girl. Doug remembers.
That ring a bell for me. Yeah, maybe someone made an AMV with it or something, because I definitely recall that. Is it on your Plex? I'm going to add it to the list.
Oh, you bet it is.
Either did someone make an AMV or does it have a figure?
A figure, yeah. Ken clocked me so.
That's how you do
What's it called again? Tokyo what?
Tokyo Godfathers.
Gotcha. I'll add to the list.
Yeah. So, if you out there are interested in anime, which if you're listening to this, I can only assume you are.
Just Dragon Ball.
Yeah, and you want to, watch something Christmas related this holiday season, Tokyo Godfathers. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. I know that there's a more recent 4K Blu-ray that was put out by like Shout Factory or somebody, and it's good. So check that out. Good stuff. And that's it. I'm going to wrap that up.
I'll watch that now while we record the podcast.
Yeah. Just go for it. You don't need to talk about Garlic Jr., which is what we're here to do.
Oh, yeah.
Doug.
You're right.
Get your head in the game. Oh, gosh. So anyway, doing more Garlic Jr. Last time we did the first 2 episodes of this short little 10-episode arc, and now we're going to do another 2 episodes 3 and 4 of this whole thing. And we did a recap last time, and it was, just to share it, just to keep it short. This is post-Frieza. Goku's gone. It's just Gohan, Piccolo, Kuririn, Maron, new hot girl that is a certain bald fellow's girlfriend, and, dealing with the return of Garlic from the Dead Zone movie, the first one, or just Dragon Ball Z, as I learned is the title of that film in Japan. It's not Return My Gohan.
Oh, yeah. Just Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. So these episodes 110 and 111, originally aired October 2nd, 1991, and then October 9th, 1991. And we got to do the temperature check. Guys, what did you think about these 2 episodes? Ken, I want to hear what you had to say first.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here for it. It's still a good time, I think. Just to have a Goku-less world, and this is the part where we start splicing in Vegeta stuff, and what Vegeta is doing doesn't happen in the manga. I believe, does he get in the spaceship and blast off in the manga, or is that an anime-only thing?
That doesn't ring a bell to me.
So I believe it's anime-only, where he just they knew what they were going to do with him in this arc, and so he gets in the spaceship and he flies off with it. And he's just like chasing Goku around, and it's just cool. I like that we get that little bit of Vegeta and just him, because him and Namek being solo was like some of the best stuff, and so getting to see that from him again. Maron is like a whatever, but she is a vehicle to fun, if I can say that.
Yeah,
because that she gets us back to Karin and Yajirobe, and like, when are you seeing Karin do fun stuff, right? Like, if you think about the most fun stuff he ever gets to do, it's in this arc because of stuff that's going on with Maron.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I really like this stuff a lot. This less kind of like lore heavy here, though I think there is a little bit of cool stuff to touch on. And then, of course, I was still looking out for, is there a version of movie 1 that could still slot in with the way that we're telling the story? And I think so. At least where we're at now.
Okay.
Doug, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with your sentiments. It's really enjoyable so far. I'm still here, man. It's surprising how many like different pieces of like B plot stories that we get compacted, even just in these 2 episodes so far. I forgot the Vegeta stuff happened during this arc too, like so prevalently. We're constantly checking up on. I'm like, oh yeah, the Vegeta stuff, and not only is it animated so well, you get like iconic Vegeta looking stuff, but yeah, like I agree with the Maron stuff. Like as soon as she was like, let's I want to join you guys. Like we're going somewhere dangerous. You don't want to join. Like let's go. Like all right, we need this kind of character to like loosen things up a bit. But yeah, I really enjoyed these 2 episodes.
Yeah. I am also still digging it here on the ride. I think that there is some loss of enthusiasm for me as I was watching these, but we'll see how it goes. I don't want to name any names, but I'm gonna. There was a post by Lance last time in our when we were going through everybody's skeets and things, and it brought back all of the memories of what the middle part of this arc is. And I was like, oh no, we're so close to that, and it's just gonna be a time. But we'll see.
You could tell
Maybe
there's pacing
more
things, but yeah, pacing issues.
Exactly. Big picture wise, I'm still liking it, so I'm interested to keep going, of course, because not like we're going to back out. It's 10 episodes. We can't. We can finish this, even if we hated it. We got through all of Daima. We can do this. We've had time to recover.
We pull that bus out of the garage and just throw Daima underneath it.
Look, it felt appropriate. It came up organically. All right. So, anyway, that's our big picture. Let's just jump into it. Episode 110. The heavens became the battlefield. Piccolo becomes devilish again. So, this starts off setting a bad tone because the recap starts and the music ends and they just like start the song again because the recap just filled it up. I'm like, this is going on a little too long, guys. We don't need to have these long shots with like zero dialogue of just like, and here's everybody standing around and talking. Like, narrator, jump in, start filling us in, and let's just move.
You can really tell this episode was really like, let's just drag this there's one thing needs to happen at the end. Let's just drag this out as far as we can without any like substance or anything.
Yeah, because Garlic Jr. is barely in this one because it's all about
not even at all
going from point A to point B.
Yeah, they're on Rosh's Island the entire time.
And Ebisawa, he's out in full force. This is a studio live episode. People will know this as the angular art comes into play a long time ago on the Daizenshu EX forums at the time, actually. It's like 2004. I was referring to him as triangle crap.
Dude, I remember that. Triangle crap.
That was the vocabulary I had as a young 16-year-old boy. Over 20 years ago, I'm not taking responsibility for that. So
I still have the same vocabulary. He's
not that bad. Like, here, it's grossly nostalgic to look at Ebisawa's art.
Yes.
And it helps that Ebisawa is also balanced out by Kano. That's Toshiyuki Kano, who, when you are watching a Ebisawa episode and then suddenly it looks good, it's Yamamuro's not here. So it's, Kano steps in and does this. And then unfortunately, Ebisawa will sometimes correct over Kano.
Oh.
And also
is that why I'm seeing the quality dip up and down like from within the same episode? Okay.
And it probably just comes down to like how much time did Ebisawa have, and that's why maybe some of those corrections didn't happen. And then there is also Tomoya Ida, who is on these episodes, and Ida to me feels like the middle ground quality wise. They're evocative of how do I put this? Like some of Toriyama's sloppier panels is maybe the Ida energy that I get. So not the best, not the worst. And for me, when I think of Studio Live, I think of Ebisawa and Kano. But yeah, Ida does some okay work here.
So it was really weird because in the beginning, like, it must have been Kano then. You're saying if he's like the best of the three, where like I forget the Spice Boy's name, but the one that looks like Jace, like raises his arm up to the sky and his finger pointing up or whatever. Like you can tell just by the arm and how it's drawn. And that was like high quality looking stuff. Like
Gashu.
That must have been Kano then. Huh?
Yeah. There's that, and then some other, like the whole Vegeta thing when he's off on that other planet. Yeah. Is like, that's some Kano stuff right there.
Look really good.
With the Rito people, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that.
So, Just some fun, just a smattering of quality across this entire episode. But speaking of Doug, you brought up the one dude whose name we won't ever know, and that's fine. Pointing to the sky, he brings up, like, you know, how did Garlic escape the dead zone, which Piccolo is curious about. And we learn of the Makayo planet being home of the Mazoku, and him being like, oh, Piccolo, you used to be one of them, one of us. And it's like, God,
what is the
just
floor?
Went through the whole Namek thing.
Yeah. I have no way to explain this. I don't like, okay. We know that after, okay, I will try to explain it. I'm going to Toyotaro this, guys. After Kami spit out Piccolo, right, so that he could become God, we know at that point that Garlic Sr. was then sealed away in that little weird star-shaped thing.
Right.
Garlic Jr., of course, had to have been born at that point. So maybe Garlic Jr. and Demon King Piccolo would have known each other, and then he's like, hey, Demon King Piccolo, you're pure evil, come join us in the Mazoku. And so Piccolo, not knowing who he was, not knowing that he was Namekian, so maybe that's kind of where we're at. Toyotaro.
Maybe it has something to, I like that. Maybe it has something to do with like just the evil energy, like how Roshi and Bulma, they're all like evil now. It's like the spirit of the demons that like corrupted them. Maybe it's something similar with Piccolo Daima because of like the split between, like, we don't know the intricacies between Kami splitting himself into good energy and bad energy. Maybe like him dispelling the bad energy. Something has to do related with the Mazuko planet or whatever, and the, like, I don't know, possessed Piccolo Daima.
Right.
I don't know.
I think it's kind of like you can be born in one country and then move to another one and adapt their customs and their traditions and things. It's just that. He's like, you know what? I identify with those peeps over there. So I'm going to say that I'm a demon person. I'm a citizen of there, and we're all buddies. We're all in this.
How do we tie it back to Daima, though? How does Daima play into this? That's always what I'm thinking of.
They all came from the demon realm, and they fled. And
that was so long ago that, didn't, okay.
They fled to the Makio, planet Makio.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
We get our reason.
Ken, I think.
Yeah. Our explanation of how they can take on essentially Form 2 Frieza. And it's because as planet Makio gets closer to Earth or wherever, when you're in vicinity of it, you grow like dozens of levels stronger.
12 times stronger,
Yeah.
he says, yeah.
Yep.
Which,
Okay.
sure, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's like, all right. Sure, and that makes you able to break out of the dead zone, too. Okay, you're just not strong enough to get out of this place that's supposed to seal you. Okay.
The one thing, though, that then makes me wonder, breathing in the Alchemist, being under its influence, do you also get that power boost immediately? Because we've got Yamcha, who's got Piccolo on the ropes, and we know that Yamcha is not Form 2 Frieza level, even if you wanted to go with the filler that was in the Frieza arc of like, oh, we could all take on the Ginyu Force, and it's fine. You know, that wasn't a big deal. Nowhere near stuff like that.
I'm wondering how much influence Gohan being there had on Piccolo's like holding backness. You know, because Piccolo probably could have wrecked them all, but he was waiting until like Gohan left to then be like, I'm gonna kill these guys.
Right. He doesn't love these people.
It's a good thing our villains saved our heroes from Piccolo.
That's true.
Doug, how much do you remember about what happens in this arc?
I remember Kami and Popo running down the hallway.
Okay. I'm going to put a button in my thoughts on Piccolo's reasoning until we get a couple of episodes deeper, and then we can kind of revisit that.
You think he was playing the long game since the beginning?
I don't, just in case someone is listening to this podcast, and Randy, like you said last episode, maybe they've only seen Kai, and they're watching Garlic Jr. with us for the first time. I'm just going to not get into future spoilers and kind of leave it here.
Leave a comment so we know you're there, so we know to tiptoe.
Yeah.
That's true. Way to generate some engagement there, Doug. I really appreciate it. So, here's something that I noticed. Kuririn gets kicked through the wall of Kame House. Now, when's the last time we saw this happen? Raditz did it. Slap that Baldy with his tail straight through the wall. I think this should be a thing. He should be smacked into that house more often.
2 houses.
You know? He should have been there.
Thinking, like, Krillin's in the house. This happened again.
We should do that. Just edit that where you get smacked into it, then just play that little sound clip.
We don't want to beat that dead horse.
No, that's good. That's good stuff. So Piccolo gets bitten real good by everybody, and they're all just going to town. That's lunch for them.
No, she's not in this part of the series.
She's not. Got him.
Well done. My next note here is just like, when did Kuririn get back into his white suit? Because he got smacked into the house, and then he's like, "Let's get going." I'm like, "What? You were in your swim trunks?"
He changed while he was in the house.
It's implied that he changed very quickly because his shirt is still untucked.
Oh, okay. Got it.
They thought about it.
Explored poorly, but I think that's what they were trying to go for.
They didn't want him to be in his swim trunks the entire arc. Like, how do we get him back in there real quick before we send him away?
Right. We can't send him up to heaven in swim trunks.
We do here after this get this heroic Piccolo theme from movie 4 that I was talking about last time.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah, it's the same dun 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 dun, but it's, again, I'm not musically well spoken to explain why it's heroic sounding. It just is. And I don't know how to put it.
Interesting.
Maybe it's context too, but yeah, those trumpets, man. Or whatever instrument. I'm sorry. I'm not usually in tune as well. But it was cool. We had a recreation of Super Saiyan Goku yelling at Gohan to get the heck out of here. You know?
And then Piccolo delivers just the coldest line in the series. "This is unfortunate for all of you, but I need you to die."
Jeez.
Sick. Gosh, that's good.
And I think he's serious here.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Because if we think about who Piccolo was as a character at this point, yeah, he sacrifices himself for Gohan, and he has Nail absorbed in himself, but he's kind of been living by himself. He's not been a part of the group yet. He's not fully realized is there still a little bit of that 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai in him?
Right. I mean, technically in the manga, he's still just like soft on Gohan, you know, like as someone who trained him. But in the anime, I think if we're going by like filler anime too, like in the Piccolo sacrifices himself for Goku when Frieza does like a death beam thing. But in the manga, Piccolo just gets killed without saving anyone. Like he's just standing there and then Frieza shoots him deliberately.
Yeah.
So it's different which version you want to look at.
So now we've got Piccolo, who's evil again. He, gets told to arise, our new ally, and he just gets up and he's got pink eyes and it's all evilly, and that's fun.
Do you think Piccolo has like eye drops in his like pocket, and like when he's like laying down, he just like dabs his eyes to make him pink?
Was Yamcha biting him not enough? Did everyone else also need to go in on him?
I loved when they all bit him. Piccolo falls to the ground and they fall with him, but like not moving. So it's just like lifeless.
And then it looks like he's like snuggling Bulma or Chi-Chi or whoever was there. I forget.
Yeah, all of them. They all got there.
Really changed tune from needing them all to die to I'm going to need y'all to snuggle up.
I'm going to need you to snuggle up. Yeah, cut to Vegeta. And he's fighting the Rito people. Now, you might be saying to yourself, hey, these subtitles said Lits. And the manga, when Vegeta is referencing the same species of people, the manga treats it as the Lilliputian people from Gulliver. It's a reference to Gulliver's Travels. The idea being that it's Rito, I believe, and Romanized from the Japanese, which has always been interpreted as being like a way to say little, like Litoru or Lito or Rito. But that's probably not the case. If you look at name puns for Frieza soldiers, have always been stuff that is stored inside a refrigerator. And if you take the word Tori, 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 which of course you probably might know means bird, but in terms of food, it means chicken. And these guys have beaks. And so you switch Tori around to be Rito, and you get this. So it is really just the Rito people. Most likely, this is something that I don't believe has ever been addressed
in anything. I don't think Toriyama has ever said anything. No one on the staff has ever said anything. But if you just think logically, a step beyond, oh, this could kind of sound like little, it's most likely chicken stored in a fridge.
And just like context clues of like how well the team making the story has like kind of been in tune with Dragon Ball at this point. That's something they would kind of look at and like give a little thought to, at least. So I'd like to believe that too. That's interesting.
So we also see that this might be me that I'm forgetting, so please remind me. But Vegeta is wearing his armor that he wore on Namek, but it's completely fixed and intact. Now, the last time I remember, it's got some holes in it. Did he get that fixed before he took off?
Or he found it on his travels. We know there's Frieza Force guys out there. So
true.
But was that the same model? Was that a model he like?
It was an older.
He had to like resort to because it was just there. Maybe again, or Randy, I think he just flipped his inside out.
They fixed the holes go away.
When you flip it inside out.
Where you can see abs.
The texture is left alone on the inside. So
right.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So we have to think about this show when it was being made, when it aired and things, because I remember last time, Ken, you brought up that we were at a point where in the manga, Goku is fighting 19. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So at this point, the androids are here. We are fighting them. But at what point was this episode being created along the lines of when the manga was coming up? Because Vegeta says that he found Goku's, signature Saiyan Ki. So he's out here in space, moving around, and he's hunting him down. But we know that in the manga that Goku went straight to one place, and he stayed there the whole time before coming back to Earth.
I thought it was really ballsy of the anime to be like to tread this like storyline so like boldly.
Right. It's exciting, but like it doesn't make any sense. And I can't help but feel like maybe they came up with this and they had already started animating it, and then that chapter came out and they're like, dang, well, whatever, let's just keep moving forward. Like they did
it's such a big thing to just like kind of take on your own, like take the reins your own. Like, no, Toriyama's cooking. Let him cook.
I mean, they blew up Goku's spaceship in the anime when later on they're like, actually, we found it, so we can use this to make a new spaceship. It's like, well, oops, we also screwed up there.
It's artistic license happening here, and I think it's cool, even if it doesn't necessarily line up with stuff later, like we talked about last time, Kami not needing these tubs, because like in the Saiyan arc, he talks about how he can feel that his and Piccolo's time is ending, but it's not until we get to Cell that it's like explicitly Piccolo's like, oh, you're watching over Earth right now. And Kami's like, yeah, dude, let's fuse. So they just kind of were doing their own thing. They didn't know about Yardrat necessarily. I don't know what the production timeline would have been, like how many weeks deep or months it would have been, because I think we talked about like it was June was when Trunks started. So if that gives you about 4 months lead. I don't know how quickly these are being written. They're thinking through the story or anything. Or if they were even really paying attention to that kind of thing. Because, I'm a lore timeline person, and I don't care that what Vegeta's storyline here is totally incongruous with what happens in the series, because it's awesome. And I love the idea of Vegeta like chasing after Goku, and Goku just screwing with him. And like throwing rocks at him and then disappearing, and Vegeta's like, "Oh damn, that was cool as hell." That's awesome. I love it. So I don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's fair. Make me feel bad about noticing these inconsistencies in the lore by saying that it's just too cool.
It is inconsistent, but it's cool.
But there's also not even just the problem of inconsistency, the problem of like taking away something special that the series will do properly later. Like one thing is like, I never thought about it until rewatching this series now, is that we get a lot of Kami's Lookout here, where really we don't really even see a battle on Kami's Lookout until the Buu saga, the whole Buu arc and everything. So it's like, by the time we get to the Buu arc, it feels a little less special to me watching it at that time. Because I'm like, yeah, we already had battle stuff with Garlic Jr. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Suppose that sort of poisoned your mind a little bit to being like, oh, this is a thing that can't happen.
Yeah, just a little bit, where you just get a little desensitized for some things here and there. Like in filler, true. When you see Gohan do the Kamehameha sometimes, it takes away the special moment in the Cell games when he does it for the first time with us seeing it. Like, oh, he learned it with his dad in this room of spirit and time.
What's the deal with it always being daylight at the temple?
Yeah, that's strange because it's like sunset when they go see Kuririn, and then they're like, "Let's go up," and now it's just daytime. I don't know. Hey, that is strange.
It's a heavenly realm up there.
Yeah.
I believe that in a future episode, this is not super spoilers, but I believe in a future episode we're going to see that Kuririn has taken the Nyoibo out. And so
you see him take it out?
We don't see him take it out, but we see that he has taken it out. And so maybe the temple just like floats around. I don't know. Don't settle on that because I don't remember for sure. But.
Put a GPS tracker on it. Let's see where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. Let's investigate that. They do get to Karin's place and they're like, "Hey, if you could like watch after Maron, that would be really great." The cutest thing that I never really listened to or caught on to, but when they're introducing everything to Yajirobe and Kuririn, Kuririn, being a cat, has to say things a little bit funnier. So, asking the question of like, what was that? Or like, what are you talking about? It's just like, nyandato instead of nandato. So like putting in the little cat noise in there. I'm like, oh, melting my heart, bro.
That's so cute. Great.
I thought it was also great in that moment, realizing that Karin's actor was the only male in that scene.
Oh, yeah, because you got Mayumi Tanaka doing 2 other characters, and then Maron's, and then, of course, Nozawa for Gohan.
2 Krillins.
Yeah. That's good. I didn't think about that.
This is my first time seeing this series not dubbed, too. So, like, it's my first time seeing it in Japanese, like, this specific arc. And I just see how endearing Maron is to like saying like yosh 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 while petting Karin's like chin and everything like that. Or I'm thinking like in the English dub it probably sounds a lot more corny. She's probably like making like oh you're kitty kitty kitty, like it sounds like a lot more weird. But yosh 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 it just sounds like very endearing. Like anyone would do that, not just a ditzy girl.
She's got some great deliveries. Like at the first of this part of this episode, she's like, Shakuja Shakuja, being like shocked at Kuririn's friends and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. So then we've got Gohan and Kuririn making it up to the heavenly realm. Everything's kind of like wrecked. Piccolo's there. He's all hissy, fangs bared, and Garlic steps out.
Piccolo, who left the island after Kuririn and Gohan, mind you.
They were busy explaining who this hottie was to this cat and this samurai dude.
So Piccolo
snuck up there,
and the others, they get there and they're like, all right, everyone, positions. They're going to be
Everybody jump out and yell, surprise! And then we're all going to bite them. It's going to be hilarious. They're not going to see it coming.
Best prank ever.
And that's the end of our episode. So good times. We've now set all the pieces. And now we're just going to kind of live up here, I think, is how this next episode felt to me.
Yeah. But luckily we have, like I said, 2 other B plots with Kuririn and Vegeta.
A B and a C.
Yeah. Vegeta and the Maron stuff are going to jump in here just to break up whatever monotony might be going on at the temple. And I think it's balanced well so far to do this. We'll see if that carries.
Right.
Yeah, because how much more can we just get of Vegeta just going to planet and finding nothing,
I really don't think there's that much more. I think it's like almost done, but it's cool.
But also how cool it is at the time of watching this, like if you don't read the manga, if you were a Japanese kid back then watching, how like, oh, is Vegeta going to find Goku? And like you might have this expectation of like not knowing this is filler and being like, Vegeta's going to find Goku and then save Gohan and them at the last minute.
So let's jump into the next episode, Doug, because I think you're touching on to something here.
Okay. I have one other thing because it reminded me from this episode. One of the very few times we get to hear Ryo Horikawa's Vegeta saying Son Goku when he's explaining to that Rito guy. He's like, there's this dude named Son Goku, he calls himself, and his name is Kakarot, and I'm looking for him. So it's just like, oh, we don't get to hear that too often. Yeah. Anyway, we can jump into the next episode.
What is that, like the second time that ever happens?
When was the first?
I can't remember.
Well, the first time would be when he's like, who's this Son Goku you're talking about? Do you mean Kakarot?
On Earth.
Right. Yeah. Does not happen often. So this is probably like the second time. Okay. But let's go. Episode 111, a direct confrontation with Piccolo and angry Masenko in the heavens. It's not really what the whole episode's about, or like the crux of it anyway, but sure.
we've got an interesting thing here happening with the animation. This is Shindo production, which we don't talk a lot about in like discuss. Usually, at least we three have been focused on Studio Live, Last House, Cockpit, and the like of those studios. Shindo Productions is where Yamamuro cuts his teeth. And what is particularly interesting here is that you can definitely see Yamamuro in this episode, but he is not the animation supervisor here.
Yeah, he's not top billing.
It is Mitsuo Shindo, who does this episode. He does episode 116, and then he leaves Shindo Production, or he steps back, and Yamamuro takes his spot. And starting with 122, Yamamuro starts being animation supervisor for Shindo Production.
So I'm taking a look here on the Kanzenshu page for episode 111. And for key animation, they don't have Mitsuo Shindo listed. It's just Shindo Productions, Teruhisa Ryu, Noriko Shibata, and Tadayoshi Yamamuro. So,
but he is up at the supervisor, so he's still doing corrections. So if you will think back to last time when we did those episodes, when we did the Last House episode, the one with, everyone loves, what's his name? Uchiyama. There you go. I just had to say ooh, and then it came back to me. I was going to say like Uchida, and I'm like, no, Uchiha? No, that's Naruto.
Uchiha. Naruto.
Uchiyama did not do key animation or isn't listed as it in that episode, but he did supervise it, and you can feel him in that episode. But it was Shida and Ohara doing key animation. So that's probably the case here. Is maybe he was getting old, and so he wasn't doing his corrections as much, and so because you can feel Yamamuro in this episode for sure.
Oh yeah,
just fun stuff. Like this is a turning point in Dragon Ball. This arc is Yamamuro getting to kind of take over, and then will be like the signature vision. Yeah, like Nakatsuru comes through and character designer and Boo and everything. But like when you think Dragon Ball anime, you think Yamamuro.
Yeah, totally.
It's pretty fast then, because we've got this, and then it's not much further until Z Movie 8, where he's, helming it there in terms of the character design and things.
Yeah, because people looked at him and went, oh, damn. These episodes look so much better than everything else.
Is he the guy I envision with like drawing like long arms? Like I did he do the Piccolo in 17 fight, a portion of that?
No, that was Ebisawa.
Dang, really?
Believe. It was either Uchiyama or Ebisawa, yeah.
Okay.
Right. The saddest part, that fight rules, but both episodes are drawn by like the not great studios. Yeah. So it's like,
but they do move well. When those punches connect, they move you feel well. It.
Yeah.
So let's see. Garlic's big thing is he wants to know where Goku is, which is weird because like I know that they kind of like did hand-to-hand combat, but if I were Garlic, I would only remember and be ticked at this toddler. So
yeah.
Well, he's still
really odd.
Mad because he probably could have done everything, and then Goku intervened. And it was, Gohan pushed him in. But
well,
you would. What?
Goku wouldn't have had to intervene if they didn't kidnap this toddler.
That's true. I'm talking from Garlic Jr.'s perspective here. All right.
I know.
You got to side with the villain here.
They could have just taken the ball, but they took the boy.
To get back to what Doug was saying about, like, is Goku going to show up? That happens in this episode here, where Vegeta finds Goku, and then Garlic Jr. spouting off to Gohan, like, I'm going to keep you here until your dad comes. And then, so I think it was to create this false expectation that we still might get Goku. Vegeta's out in space. Vegeta finds, like, let's say we're here on this podcast and we're watching this week to week, and the manga doesn't exist and we're just reviewing these episodes. We would probably be led to a conclusion. Vegeta's going to find Goku, somehow bring him back to Earth, and then Goku jumps in.
They're going to use the fusion bugs.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, fusion bugs. Of course. Well, reel it back, Rainer. Reel it back.
Yeah. They weren't
sorry.
that heavily telegraphing it.
Because initially, when we first cut to Vegeta, I was thinking like, they're showing him so that the audience knows Vegeta won't be of help in this series. He's like off planet, super, super far away. He's not going to like show up last second and save everyone. He's gone. But then he starts mentioning Goku, and it's like, maybe he will find him and bring him back. You don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever Vegeta's journey is here, it's a fun thing to cut away to. It always is.
It really is. And there's weird effect, and I think it's really cool. is, we've got Gohan facing down Garlic Jr. Gohan's powering up, and we have, from Garlic's point of view, the shot of Gohan swapping back and forth between current day and then 2 years ago when he was a child. And we've got this weird sort of like, I don't know, like cyber background that I immediately remember the episode where Dende gets killed, because like that's like the title card is like that. And like there's a shot of Dende like on this same background. So it's like, oh, hey, I remember this. And I'm sure it's probably redone or different, but
I think we get something like that too. And Vegeta is thinking he's going Super Saiyan against Frieza. I think we also go back to that like grid layout as well.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm thinking of, is that shot. Because I think that might be the title card that then is the episode like then the
could be
Dende dies.
That would make sense if they just shot the healer.
So cool that to do that redrawing of Gohan as what he is now to when he's a kid. Like, newly redrawn, swapping back and forth. So good.
It looks really good.
I had asked you guys, and I had asked the audience to be mindful of, could a version of the movie have taken place? And of course, in that version of the movie, we know in the show, they have said that Garlic Jr. is immortal. Fine. He could have done the wish a year or two before, then that still leaves Goku to be able to find the ball, and he gets it in Gohan's hat. We can move that around. That doesn't have to happen at the same time. Kuririn and Garlic Jr. in this season, or in this arc, is there anything to suggest that they remember each other?
Oh.
I'd have to go back to the previous episode to take a look to see, like, because when Garlic steps out, like, what does, he have to say?
I don't think Krillin says anything.
Garlic steps out.
Yeah, I don't think it's not played like they know each other at all.
Right. Which, Krillin really didn't interact with Garlic in the movie either. Did he?
No, but it could have been, you'd have a line in here like, oh, so that's Garlic Jr. or something, but it really doesn't play at all to me that he remembered Garlic Jr.
Right. But I think it plays for both. Like, it's not like he remembers him or doesn't remember him. It's just like shock face.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is that, like, as we go through this, and this is such a minor thing, but I'm just going through this, like, does this leave enough space in not addressing things? Could you reimagine movie one here?
Right.
Because that was one of the problems, is that in that movie, Kuririn meets Gohan, but then later on at Kame's house, at Kame house, is when they're like, what? You have a son? But it's like, yeah, man, you knew that already.
I thought about that, actually. I didn't bring it up last episode, but I thought about how we can work kind of around that, and like thinking Krillin doesn't know that this is Goku's son. It's just like maybe Goku's babysitting. So Krillin like can be like shocked that Goku's babysitting a kid, and like maybe Gohan's like dad, but it's like, okay, kids say dumb things. So he didn't really believe it was Gohan's son, because then they part ways like right then and there. And it's not until they reunite at Kami's house. It's like, oh, that was your son the whole time? Like, you could read it as that way. I
want to give him more of the benefit of the doubt that if he sees a little kid with a brown monkey tail, that he's like, I know whose kid this is. But you got to think about, like, growing up with this guy your whole life, and then, like, it's just out of your mind that this guy could ever reproduce at all. So you don't even think that. You're like, he must be babysitting, or like, this must be a kid we're all trying to save universally, you know?
It's not that, though, because Goku says, like, he mentions Gohan to everyone at Kame House.
Gotcha.
So now we have this confrontation. Gohan jumps at Garlic, punches him, cheek starts bleeding, and of course, he starts to get angry and upset. And then just as Gohan's about to unleash this, angry Masenko, Garlic's just like, oh, I've got a little man in a bottle.
A little man that Gohan has never met.
Yeah, he looks like Piccolo if he were old, and he's far away.
Yeah. Would you throw him off too? He was like, "Is that Piccolo?"
Yeah,
what'd you do to Piccolo?
Something like, "Oh, so that's what God looks like."
Yeah, that'd be good. I have to imagine that in growing up, because I'm like, when would Gohan and Goku have been together for an amount of time at this point? And it's like Raditz, like, oh, and God's a green man up in the sky. Like, whoa.
I don't doubt that Gohan has heard of him or anything. I just found it particularly weird because there's like this he gives like a knowing look.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really know who this is.
if you played Kakarot, you'll see if you go into Gohan's room, there's a picture of Goku and Kame hanging out like this. So.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting a beer, after the 23rd Budokai.
It's a really minor. I don't want to jump down this show's throat because it's such a minor thing, and I think you can think around it. But it is fun to think like Doug, when you infuriated me about that Goku never speaking to Chaozu thing, right?
Chaozu.
It's like that. It's like these two guys have never spoken to each other, and I don't think we'll ever speak to each other.
No. It's like we as the audience know, so like that's what the creators are thinking of, just like, yeah, we know who they are, so you should know who too, but no.
That had to have changed in Super when Goku was recruiting for the Tournament of Power, and he went and he found Tenshinhan and Chaozu. He had to have said something to him, but no one will ever know because no one's ever going to watch that episode again in the entire human population, so...
that's what you hard cut to 6 years from now and we're starving for content.
God.
We're like,
yeah,
we're gonna rewatch Super.
We're on episode 101 and confirmed.
All right, so we have him being like, he pulls up Kami and he's like, as you know, if you kill this dude who's I'm holding right here, then your precious Piccolo dies. And it's like, oh man.
It's even funnier if we do think that Gohan just thinks it's actually Piccolo in there, but just older. It's like, if you kill Piccolo, you'll kill Piccolo. Like, yeah, that's how it
works. That is how that works. Then we've got our little henchman. I think that's Zald, but again, we can never really know for sure.
Yeah. They never
say. The opportunity. They never say. Just say these people's names. I don't know why this is hard for them to do, writing these scripts. I don't get it. We did it with the henchmen in the movie, where they all just like say their names, and it's fun. Now we know them. Forever. Anyway, he takes the opportunity, starts beating on this child. And then big guy takes on our baldy friend while Garlic goes and summons his penis chair.
Randy complaining, not saying names, and he's not saying Krillin's name.
It's so penis-like. How did they... you expect like black bars to show up.
Yeah. Censor this. We can't show this on television.
Yeah, it is that gif from How I Met Your Mother. That's a penis.
That's good. I mean, yeah, it's weird. So we've got them all beating on him. There's some cool shots of our little guy. There's so many shots from this episode that I'm like, I remember seeing Toonami promos for this. Like Gohan screaming and charging as there's like sparks around him.
Yeah,
and
dude.
This guy like blasting right at the screen.
And just so you guys know, the ox guy that Kuririn is fighting is Tard.
Thank you. So Zald and Tard.
You calling him names now?
I guess you should be more pronounced like Turd.
Tardo. Oh, Turdo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, this episode and last episode, this is like what Funimation took to make their ending theme. Like, there's so many like punches and stuff from like Roshi and them that just like, it's in the ending theme song or whatever that they used.
It's burned. So
that's all they had to pick from.
Now, when we get back from the Eyecatch, we've got Maron doing her workout exercises in a cute new outfit that apparently was just laying around that Karin was able to give them. And they're like, oh, this is pretty great. And I'm like, if you wanted to see this woman bouncing around and being sexy, she was already in a swimsuit. Why did we change outfits?
It's cold.
Yeah, and Karin and Yajirobe aren't like perverts. They're just like regular cat and samurai.
They're just female form enjoyers.
Right.
But then they start going on like, I don't think she's giving you the respect that you should be getting. Like, oh God, this is going to get creepy. At least I started reading into it being mega creepy and I don't like it.
I love them cooking for her though.
Yeah. These two in the kitchen. These two men who are in a gay relationship for the rest of their lives, as far as I know and have observed.
I forget, why is Yajirobe there? Why does he live there now?
Because they're lovers. There's no other explanation. There's no heterosexual explanation for these two.
There's no heterosexual explanation.
I think it's actually because of the senzu. And like Yajirobe cleaned through that stock that Karin had.
Oh, so you think he's like owing him by like working for him, basically?
Could be that, or he just eats the senzu as Karin grows them, and that's why there's always a very small amount.
Look, you gotta keep eating these for plot purposes. We gotta keep the tension up. You know?
I mean, there was a big tub of them. when we first encountered Sensu, and now they're always Karin's like, man, I got 5.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I was really eating my feelings this last week, so I've only got 5 left. So, Kuririn jumps in front of these blasts that Gohan's taking so he could scream and get his shirt kind of broken up.
And then Gohan has to like put the little fires out on him. I love that.
That's a good little thing. And, Gohan is charged with getting the ultra holy water by tomorrow morning because otherwise they're screwed. And of course, this sets him off.
I like that Kuririn apologizes for he's like, I'm out of shape. And it's because he's out of shape because of Maron.
He's rusty.
And he's been distracted off his training.
10 months.
He's only been cranking.
Like, it was 7 years for Gohan between the end of the Cell arc and the Buu arc for Vegeta to be like, oh, he's gone soft. Like, okay, sure. But it's been less than a year since we were fighting Frieza, of all people.
As long as it takes less than that to be rusty, man.
Man who always wanted a girlfriend finally gets one, and body just...
Yeah.
Lets himself go.
Although he actually looks never more ripped.
He looks incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just working out for just to like tone, and not for actual strength or anything,
He's not doing his stretches, and so he's becoming muscle bound.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of muscle bound, we got Vegeta out in space screaming and exploding on a moon somewhere, as he does. And then he senses that Kakarot is nearby, like, oh, he's literally right on the planet in front of me. I guess I'll go over there. And it's just going to be quick and easy. Oh, nope. This yellow aura starts chucking rocks at Vegeta to stop him from coming to say hey.
A whole ass meteor shower heads Vegeta's way.
Yeah.
Falling upwards versus down.
And then Vegeta's like, that's no big deal. And then a huge boulder comes at him.
I know.
I love just like Vegeta's like, God damn, Kakarot. Like,
yeah, like he's like, hot dang.
Oh, man, that you got even better? I'm going to beat that. Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I love it. This really sets off the less so... One of the things I really liked added in the anime in the Frieza arc was when Vegeta comes back from the dead, and then he comes up and he sees Goku and he's like, Kakarot, you did it! And he's just like, he's just filled with like so much pride for Goku.
Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we get that glimmer here again in this moment, and I just love that.
Yeah. Like he's proud to be a Saiyan, and like that he's a Saiyan too. Like, yeah, Frieza was killed by a Saiyan. Make sure he knows that.
I think it's very odd how Toei has decided that Vegeta's mortal enemy is rocks, because we have this whole thing where these get flung at him, and then just like 15, 20 episodes from now, when Vegeta's like, let me tell you how I became a Super Saiyan. I'm out here fighting rocks. And then I get mad because there's a big one, and it doesn't go great for me.
When he was losing against Frieza crushed a rock on his like pad, where the open hole was.
That's the start of it all.
Yeah.
He's weak to rock type moves. Okay, got it. Well, it makes sense. Vegeta, vegetable, grass type. Okay.
You think Goku was really out there just messing with Vegeta? Just he knew instant transmission already, and he's just like, unbeknownst to us, the audience, he's like just like zipping and zapping just to mess with them.
Yeah,
it's uncharacteristic for Goku, which is why I don't think this. But in the moment of what's happening, yeah, it's cool, and yeah, he would be using teleportation. That would have been written in.
Or it could be like him like trying out and not even like noticing Vegeta's there, but he's like testing out his newfound. No, there's nobody there though that he could teleport to besides Vegeta.
Right. And I mean, there's been some times where Goku is kind of a little jerk about it. Like after they come out of the Room of Spirit and Time, and Vegeta's like, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to get stronger than you. And Goku's like, I mean, you can try.
You try.
It's like,
looks at the camera. You can try.
Yeah. You can try. I don't think that's going to work for you.
Also, we don't know how far Vegeta is, too. Like, maybe he is close to where Goku actually is, and maybe Goku did, like, lock on, oh, that's Vegeta's energy. Let me just try this out real quick, and then just, like, leave real quick. He won't notice me.
Got it a little bit wrong. Like, Vegeta ends up, like, what, in a trash can or something when he is training for this move. So, just ends up on a different planet. So, we cut back, and we got Zald, and Tard. And they are powering up, and they're going to do a little special move.
We are jumping past the best thing is when Gohan is powering up, a Makanko Sapo shoots out of him into the sky.
The sky.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
That
that's a
is a
demon
rad
move.
effect.
That's Vegeta's technique.
That's how you know.
I'm just kidding. That's so weird.
Back to this combined attack from Zald and Tard, and we're just going to keep saying their names because the show never did. So Zald and Tard.
Yeah.
Listeners
And they're
will never forget these names. When Senpai encounters you in real life with trivia about this, you'll be ready.
You'll know.
Their technique that they use is actually in the guidebooks.
No way.
It's just called double attack or Daburu Kogeki. Listed, of course, for Zald and Tard. This is a technique that they use, but it is listed separately in the guidebooks. I just thought I'd share that.
Wow. Sparking 4.
got a weird-
Where are these characters at?
Yeah, it's got a weird look. It looks like they're summoning weird glass orbs and then putting them together and then firing. It's cool.
Which I guess, yeah,
Color
whenever there's a
scheme?
cool looking move, you might as well give a name to it.
Right. It's just kind of funny because one of the other guys is like, oh, those two. Like, I guess they aren't. So they're not so much like, oh, they're using their full power. They're busting out their best move. It's like, no, we're supposed to keep that kid alive. So then Goku comes. But they're like, nah, let's just
Do you
kill
think
him right here, right
that's
now.
just the name of like the subcategory of like what move they're doing? Like, because Jason Birder used like a double attack move too, but maybe they gave it.
And
name
now
to
we've got
it.
Tolly Smalley 2 here doing a double attack. Like, this
Right,
isn't a
right.
purple hurricane. But
And the Gohan, his first 2 humanoid kills in the series?
yeah,
another
one
like
shots these guys.
desensitized thing where it's like, shouldn't he like care more about that?
Yeah. But
There's
it's
got to be a way to save them.
much how, like I said, DBZ Movie 1 was so raw in the way that it looks. We're getting raw Gohan, man. He's just like
Yeah.
killing dudes.
Yes, but yeah, it should be a bigger deal. But like, because his
that
moral
the
compass
6-year-old is
that comes
murking
into
bad
play.
guys.
Like, this is literally the beginning of the arc where that comes into play, where he's like questioning, like, I have the power, but I don't want to use it. I'm scared to use it.
I mean, he's angry, you know, because Piccolo is like, he's this close to being evil forever, and he's Gohan's only friend other than this dragon that is gone somewhere.
Maybe he blacked out. You know, like he got so strong, he just killed him.
I feel like in the past we have been upset when something happens out of character or maybe out of the feeling of the world. But I also feel like we watched Daima, which was like one of the most milquetoast things I've ever seen from this franchise. And for a team at the time who was contemporary as the series was coming out, was just like, who cares? Let's just do stuff. And I'm in that ride with them, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, have Gohan just kill guys. Why not?
I'd rather this Garlic Jr. than Daima. You're right.
Yeah, I'm into it. But we just have to bring attention to it. Like, this is the first time he just straight up kills 2 dudes.
I think we should have an official quote that the Garlic Jr. arc is better than Daima.
There we go.
We got a podcast.
Yeah. Ooh. I like that. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, this episode ends with Piccolo showing up and starts choking the life out of Gohan. And they're like, oh, what's going to happen next time, kids?
Zetai no Pinchy.
Is that what it is?
It's a big pinch. He's in a big pinch. A big pickle. This Piccolo's got Gohan in.
Wrong pun.
And, yeah, that's it. That's our angry Masenko in the heavens.
Yeah.
Does kill 2 people, so I guess
Did he
that's
do a
two
that was the
Masenko.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, double.
And an interrupted Masenko, too. Three
Yeah,
total.
yeah.
Only
That's
2
what I was
successful.
thinking of. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Anyway, I'm excited for more, but I gotta wait 2 weeks to watch the next set of episodes. So, just like everybody
Who's stopping you?
else does.
Watch them and then watch them again. You sicko. I know how you do.
Yeah.
Dang it, Doug.
Get burnt out on Garlic Jr. and then bring that negative energy into the show.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I watched
Sounds
these 2
perfect.
episodes 80 times.
And I hate them. That's true. All right. Anything else you guys want to say about this episode before we take a little break?
No, chef's kiss.
There was that one. I don't know why Vegeta like looked at this tiny crater and like only a Super Saiyan could make that hole. Wasn't that weird to any of you guys?
Yeah, because I mean, he does something similar like on Earth when he's like in that cave and then just screams and explodes and takes out like a whole mountain. So it's like, why not? Why does that have to be a Super Saiyan?
It's a cool line. And that's what I'm saying is that like I'm really uncharacteristically throwing all the stuff I usually care about out the window. And I'm just like, is it cool? then okay.
That's the way to enjoy filler.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all right, cool. Well, then we're going to take a quick break, and then we are going to hear what you guys had to say about these 2 episodes of Garlic Jr. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. We're back again, but this time, instead of listening to us jokers talk about how we feel, I mean, you're going to have to still listen to us, but now we're going to hear what you guys had to say. Ken, this is a family show. You can't be showing Samus booty all up in your screen. The audio listeners deserve to know what you're doing back there, Ken.
And why they're missing out not watching the video.
Exactly.
Can you put that I need that real quick again.
No.
Doug, he'll give you a glossy PDF of exactly what he's looking at before. Anyway, you guys responded to Ken posting up on the Blue Sky asking for your thoughts on this. At least I think so, because I didn't read what it was. I just let him kind of take over the Blue Sky, and he's just running unhinged over there. Yeah, so episodes 110 and 111 asking what they think. Ken, do you want to take this first thought from Parker Rico?
Yeah, Parker Rico writes in and says, I think these episodes' main parts was good, but I loved all the side stuff. The interactions between Maron, I don't know why I said it like it. Maron, Karin, and Yajirobe were a lot of fun. I forgot about the Rito race and their bird-like designs. I really like the idea that the shoulder parts are meant to represent wings. Also, rip the little orange guy with the scarf, which is Zold. Right?
Oh, yeah. He had the most, I don't know, bad guy energy. Like, I feel like we could have had Danny DeVito playing this guy in the dub. Okay. Did I say Danny DeVito? I meant to say the guy, Joe Pesci. We should have had Joe Pesci.
Pesci. I see the vision.
Yeah.
And really,
would have been good.
Did the dub, like, pardon my pun, spice these guys up a little?
Oh,
because they're just
remember,
like, whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't pop in my discs anymore. I just have these on my server, and I, being the elitist piece of crap that I am, I don't even have the dub track.
I was surprised.
Just Japanese.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was shocked. Shakuja.
Yeah. Well, the first 50 to 60 episodes have a dub, and that's a very specific one for me. But it is what it is. I'll fix that when the next version with some color correction comes up, and then that'll have the dub on there. So, from some fans, that are hardworking. Anyway, we've got Jacob Sawyer here, who says, still enjoying these 2 at a time, though I will admit to thinking about Myster Fusion's advice from last time. I think what's great are the unusual character interactions we are getting. Yeah, man, he lives in my head, and I can't stop thinking about it watching these episodes.
When is that other shoe gonna drop?
Yeah, man. It's tough.
We'll see. We might be having some strongly worded conversations later about if these episodes are still good. Jacques Theity writes in and says, DBZ movies not fitting into the main timeline? Pretty annoying, but whatever. It's auxiliary media. Filler arcs that make the established power scaling an even bigger mess? Annoying, but whatever. Fillers like that without the author involved. Scaling and timeline mistakes in one? Hate this arc, lol. The only good thing about this arc was getting to see the non-science in action. Too bad half the squad gets possessed and smacked aside just like canon. Just such is life for DBZ fans. I love this character. He has a great personality and does basically nothing. Yeah, I like Yamcha. How could you tell?
Nice. Yeah, that is a shame, right? All these characters are wasted potential.
I mean, we get Piccolo and Kuririn out here doing stuff, and that's great.
It must be like a rule in the series of like anime to just make it in pairs of 3s, like to have just 3 characters going up against the enemy. More than that is too much.
It's funny about the trying to fit in a movie, trying to smush it into the timeline, because isn't that like what One Piece does, where they'll have like a whole arc, a filler arc that will spawn like leading into or out from a movie? Like, didn't they do that with Film Gold? I think Red did that to some extent. And I read One Piece. I don't touch the anime, so I don't know what kind of chicanery is going on there to make these things fit. But it's just fun, that doesn't bother me. And as far as like power scaling, we brought up about Piccolo being second form Frieza power, But they kind of explain why everyone's powerful here. They said like, oh, the planet's close, and then that's why. So when I think like, I'm not worried about power scaling, and I don't necessarily, obviously I've come from someone who, for me and all the stuff I get like hyper obsessed and upset about with Dragon Ball for some reason, power levels are not one of them. And so I don't necessarily even know if that's something worth being upset about here.
Yeah. I'm more scared of a rogue planet that's just out there flying around that's not tied to a star or anything. That's just zipping around in space. What is with Dragon Ball and its kind of filler material and bringing another planet close? Because we got this, and then we have, new Vegeta in GT. It's like, now we got another planet right next to each other. They don't affect each other's tides. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's part of the wish. The Shenlong gives that for free.
Yeah, it's a service. All right. So then we've got the Chaozu #1 fan. Chaozu fan 1 fan says, it's been fun revisiting these episodes because I can't remember the last time I watched them. These episodes are kind of the last two I remember someone enjoying. Fighting at God's Lookout is what makes this arc kind of unique. I don't really count what happens with Boo later because it's kind of quick. Fun things I noticed. I believe Gohan kills more just in this arc than in the entire manga canon. I can only think of 2. Someone keep him honest. Cell and the Frieza soldier when they first arrive on Namek. Unless we were counting Cell Juniors, then it might be a tie between the filler kills and canon kills. Whoa, do you not think that Cell Juniors are sentient beings and count? And that they each have individual souls? Wow.
Might Toyotaro have a word with you?
Yeah, Park Ranger 17.
Also, Vegeta scenes are nice, albeit a bit obsessive, but that is Vegeta. Maron and Yajirobe and Kuririn somehow work well together as cutaway jokes. Also, I find it amusing that Garlic Jr. refers to Gohan as son of Son Goku. Not sure how many others say that throughout the franchise. I mean, that's just subtitles, because it's always like, Son Goku no Musko. So, Son Goku's son.
I'm my father's son.
Yes, that is how that works, Gohan. I'm proud of you. Really putting that book learning to use. That's good stuff. Well, thank you all for responding to our Blue Sky posts. And I'm also going to toss this in here because we also had an email from Willis DeYoung talking about this. He says, just wanted to start off by saying I really enjoyed the first episodes you guys did covering Garlic. I had a lot of similar thoughts, feelings, and memories as you did about the material at the time of the release in the early 2000s. If I remember correctly, the VHS tapes had the preview for the Trunks episodes, making it hard to focus on these with all the excitement surrounding what was ahead. And I was curious why Ken didn't watch the previous episode leading into the Garlic Jr. stuff as he did for GT. Looking forward to your thoughts on the episodes progressing forward. And also, one last bit that's not Garlic, but I feel is somewhat appropriate. Ken, I'm sorry to ask, but are we going to see a Blu-ray release of Daima in the States? I feel like we should have heard something by now. It's a good question. Ken, are you tuned in? Why don't we have that?
So Crunchyroll is kind of the problem here, and they own the property, and so they can do whatever they want with it. And if you look at something like Chainsaw Man, which has a movie coming out, did you know there is no regular Blu-ray release of that first season in the States?
Weird.
I
guess that's stop collecting.
There's a Steelbook exclusive to Walmart, and then there is the special edition that it's like $80 and comes in a big box that I don't want on my shelf and other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's on Crunchyroll exclusive. So it is 2 exclusives. You can't just go buy this for $25 on Amazon. Crunchyroll.
Huh.
And so I think you're going to have Crunchyroll get in the way of Toei at every step with Daima. But you also have to think about the market, right? Dragon Ball media sells. It's probably one of the best-selling media out there. Those orange bricks stayed around for a reason. And so it would sell, but is the market catching up to past that point? You also, Daima was so fraught from the beginning, right? Everyone watched that show. And I mean, I'm sure there's a few crazies out there who waited for the dub, but everyone watched that show before the dub came out. The dub comes out, and it's like, who's watching this? And we've kind of addressed that before. People were surprised by stuff that was happening in the video games, but if you were watching the dub on TV, you would have known that these were things in the show. So I think you will get it, I think, but it's going to be a while. I mean, because why would they do it right now?
I mean, I also wonder how this plays into with how it was distributed here in the US, because we had it on Hulu, sure, but also Netflix was part of the whole deal. And sometimes home releases on Netflix can be a bit weird and delayed, sometimes not. So, I don't know. It's strange. Like, we're only now, and I want to say only now, in that it was like 2 years ago, that Scott Pilgrim anime getting a Blu-ray. I had pre-ordered it. It was supposed to come out in December, and then like 2 days after I pre-ordered it, they're like, actually, it's not going to come out until March. Sorry. I'm like, it was like 4 weeks away. Okay, whatever.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I don't think there's any hurry to do it. And Crunchyroll
media
and the others have data on how well Daima did and how many people stayed till the end of that show. I don't want to rag on Daima all day long. Truthfully, I don't think the reception was as good as, like, especially Super. And it's like, well, but online people say that they like it. And yeah, but I'm talking about, like, they weren't projecting Goku versus Goma illegally in Mexico City.
Right.
It was not the phenomena that Super was. And I just think that the license holders are taking note of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we'll get it eventually, but I just think they're not in a rush. And who knows if there's any sort of thing with, I would assume when they got rights to, translate it, dub it, stream it in the US, it also came with home video rights, but like, who knows? Maybe that was a separate thing. And Toei is holding out for some extra cash. And it's like, well, if we wait, nobody else is going to pick this up. We can always just get it later or something. I don't know. That also doesn't seem entirely correct, but I don't know.
Could you imagine if Toei starts doing these releases themselves and we have an Aniplex situation?
Oh, no. I don't want to start thinking about that. I don't like that idea. Ken, why did you put that out there in the universe?
I don't trust Ioku as far as I can throw him, dude. I think he will take Dragon Ball into the ground. We must remove Ioku.
Right. Just like we must remove Doug from being able to be a trivia winner because we've got more trivia.
Oh.
I am legitimately
zoned out.
Last episode was so like lore heavy and behind the scenes, and I'm really curious about what Zenpai came up with for this. Assuming he didn't
chapter
wussy out and do something totally unrelated. Yeah.
We're going to see, because I never look at this until right here, right now. So I'm seeing that we have 3 questions. Hands on your buzzers. Take out your scorecards, because, of course, if this is something we brought up, Zenpai loses points. So it's GT rules. Question number 1. What is the... Because we didn't do that.
I know.
Other than around GT. Anyway.
I just like calling it GT rules.
GT
Question
rules.
1. What is the name of Garlic Jr.'s Japanese voice actor?
Shigeru Chiba.
That's what I was gonna
Doug,
say.
do you want to give the second one?
Second voice actor or second guess?
Second voice actor.
Troy Baker.
It's
You got it.
you could have
Japanese
just said
voice actor.
Japanese. You could have said Chuck Huber, but it's Akira like Tamiyaka or something like that.
Oh, that's right. I said that last
Kamiya.
episode.
Kamiya. That's close.
Yes. Right. Because it's a trick question. There are actually 2. Akira Kamiya, who is Kenshiro in the original Fist of the North Star anime, played him in Dead Zone, and then, of course, in Dragon Ball Legends. Oh, and played him in Dragon Ball Legends. And while Shigeru Chiba, who plays Pilaf Raditz and way too many other roles to list, plays him everywhere else. So, there you go. There's the 2. I don't think we said it this episode, but we said it last one.
Yeah.
So, like...
So he
I don't remember what
plays.
GT rules are for that.
He plays it in Legends as well as Heroes.
Akira Kamiya comes back for it. Yeah,
Interesting.
I believe so. Yeah.
And Dokkan Battles, where Troy Baker voices him in Japanese.
I knew it.
Of course. Thanks, Doug. You could have said the Breakers, and nobody would ever know because no one's
That's
ever
true.
going to play
No
that
one
game
would ever be able to log in to verify either.
again. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Question number 2. The entire Garlic Jr. arc inserts a major continuity error regarding Vegeta. What is it?
His outfit.
Oh, You got it. Despite having departed for space with the armor that still had all of that battle damage from his battle with Frieza, he spends the entirety of the arc with it in pristine condition, only to then come back in episode 118 with all of the exact same damage again.
This is what we're doing for Senpai when he
Minus one.
Minus one. Randy mentioned it already.
This one, guys, we didn't talk about, so this is not a minus one. Okay. Get ready. What is the literal translation of Makyo?
Demon.
That's the name of the planet.
So Ma.
Can I see the kanji?
I don't have it with me at this moment.
It's not in your
I'm
pocket
sure
right
I can find it. There's some kanji for you.
I saw the kanji. I have no idea what it is. I know it's,
demon. I'm going to give Doug
but...
the points. I'm going to give Doug the points because he is singing a song from Popstar Never Stop, Never Stopping. So...
Did I? I didn't even notice.
Good eye. It's good ear, man.
Oh, yeah, Kia. Now I'm in 3 cowboy hats. Yeah.
See? All right, before we get too much further into the cowboy hats, Doug, I'm going to assume that you can't read that kanji and tell me what that is. You did have half of it. You said demon.
Right, that's the easy part, so no.
Right, we've had that hammered into our brains. So, Makyo means demonic evil. So,
just straight up demonic. This is just generic demonic evil.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it's just generic. Like, if this stuff was translated in English, you'd be like, that's so lame. Like, yeah, it is.
Leave the clever stuff to Toriyama.
Leave the clever stuff to Troy Baker, the Japanese voice actor for Garlic Jr.
Confirmed. No one can deny.
Oh, man, what a good time. But you know what? Thank you for listening. We love interacting with you and keeping you in the conversation, talking about our favorite franchise in the world. You can reach out to us. We keep it easy. Over on Blue Sky, we are wegotapodcast.com. And, of course, you can just email us at Gmail. Just shoot something
type
over
in
to
Gmail.
It's wegotapod@gmail.com.
And thank you to Rifti Beats for letting us use this track, Kakarot Theme Hip Hop Track Remix. You can find that track and other great music by Rifti on his SoundCloud. Ken, where can the beautiful gem of people find you?
The one singular gem can find me at DetectiveX.bsky.social, where we finished up Oobtober. It ended.
Yes.
It ended with Oob kind of tapping into his latent Boo abilities willingly. And then we cut to, hey, Daima. You guys heard of it?
Oh,
we cut to the Demon Realm 15 years later, and something's going on in the Boo continuum.
We are mixing in GT. We are mixing in young GGAF with Oob having, Boo powers. We are mixing in Daima. Ken, you're the Toyotaro of Blue Sky.
They said it couldn't be done. Ken said, hold my beer.
Doug, what about you?
You can find me at DrabazDoug on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube on the We Got a Pod channel for the shorts there.
And we just skipped Randy.
You go.
Oh, but also, yeah, Randy. Randy. Yeah, you can find, if you want to see me talk about figures, Randy. I also recently I joined Rockchala 86 and Burst on like a special little live stream just this past weekend. So on Rockchala's website, we talk everything and anything SH Figure Arts. It was a good time. So yeah, check that out too.
Nice. I'm jealous. That sounds fun. You can find me at Saberbreaker over there on Blue Sky. And there's stuff there sometimes. I don't know. I'm an internet recluse now. I just hide in my little holes and I
where it's safe.
Do my own thing. Yeah, exactly. Where it's safe.
Oh, it's the end of the episode, guys. Did you know that? Now, by the time this comes out, we will have already recorded the Daughter of Darkness review that we're going to do with Lance. Myster Fusion will join us. So hopefully you were paying attention to the Blue Sky, guys. I know that all of you who listen or watch this show are not necessarily on Blue Sky, but that is the primary way to interact with the show. Yes, we're reading in the comments. We jump in there. We chat with you. But if you guys want to be a part of the show that's recorded, got to join Blue Sky. And if you were on Blue Sky, then you would have seen the call that I'm probably going to put out tomorrow as of recording this, telling people they need to watch this, or else it's going to be a surprise when we ask for questions or for your responses. So, guys, make sure to check us out on Blue Sky. And remember, next episode, we're doing 112 and 113 of Dragon Ball Z. Don't get it twisted. Don't jump over to the original Dragon Ball. You're going to be lost because we're keeping it Z. And we'll catch you Matsunator.
Bye.
Check this out. Look at that booty move.
Yeah.
What that booty do?